Hi everyone, this is Valerie McNeil from Ginger's Eclectic Life on Etsy, and I haven't made a video for a little while, so I thought today I would do one. I'll show you what I've been working on and then show you how you can do it. So what I've been doing is just this little fancy teacup. I've been making a variety of flat flowers that you can put in your journals. On the covers they look great, or within the pages, and they're quite flat, just the width of a button really, and some fabric. So I'll show you some of the ones I've been making. Now they're meant to be kind of messy. You can do neater jobs if you like. I like just kind of the shabby chic look with lots of layers of fibers and lace and just different textures in there. So I'll show you some of the ones that I made, and they all have a button in the center to hold them together. So I really like this one. It's kind of messy, it's off center, but I really like it. I singe some of these, and I'll show you how to do that if there's interest in another video. I make bridal flowers for garters and things like that, so I make those a bit differently. But this video is just really simple, the process that you need to make some really beautiful flowers out of some different layers. These are just little tiny ones, and I just love that there's no perfect way to do them, just with whatever scraps and pieces that you have. Remember, this is junk journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect. This one has several layers. Got this one. Some different layers in there. This one has a few different types of fabrics and colors. And last but not least, this one, it had such a beautiful little piece of lace that I didn't bother putting a button in the center. So that's these. So what I'm going to do is show you how I do these. So what I did was I liked it to be heavy on the fibers and the texture and interest. So I took some tulle. I have a roll of tulle. I have bits of lace. I'm very blessed to have a friend who does bridal gowns, does alterations and designs them, and a lot of times she will give me bits and scraps of lace, because that's all I really need to make beautiful flowers and add interest to my junk journal. So I'm very, very lucky to have that resource, and a lovely friend she is. Cheesecloth. This is very inexpensive, and it's great to add interest on your pages or in flowers like I'm making. And then just various scraps of fabric. You don't need very much. I had some of these cut out. This is just some bridal or flower, bridesmaids, whatever, at the fabric store, the satin. And I just cut them, as you can see, very rough circles. If you want to go ahead and use a template and trace out like more perfect circles, all the power to you. I just like the kind of messy, shabby chic kind of look. That's what I was going for. But if you want a neater look, by all means, you use trace a circle out and cut them like that. But I just cut them very rough. So that's what I start with. And then I have a bunch that I've already put together. I just layer the different pieces together. So I'll just show you one at a time. So this guy, I've got a piece of lace at the bottom. See, they're very roughly cut. I suppose you can cut them in whatever shape you want, but I'm making mine look kind of like flowers. And I just do them a bit askew so that each part will show off. A little piece of gauze that I had. Another piece of gauzy lace. Some more lace. I didn't have enough to make a circle. This was a little scrap, so I just did it like that. Some tulle. Another piece of the satin. And then I added the gauzy, that's the cheesecloth. And so you just put it together any way you like, any way that's going to work, and you make it. So I'll just show you a few of these. This one I used some of my chevron fabric, and again, just layered the different pieces together. No rhyme or reason, just letting them, the stuff stick out a bit. Got some tulle, another little scrap of that lace, and then this. That's some other fabric that I used. I put some burlap in there. Burlap is great for adding a textural interest. I've got some lace, I've got some cheesecloth and more fabric. And then remember, you're going to anchor it all together with a button. Here's some beautiful purple damask fabric, very rich looking. I've got tulle, cheesecloth, lace, and more lace. So that's that one. And then I got a few just kind of simple ones here. Again, with the tulle and the cheesecloth and the lace and the satiny fabric. Like that, and this one's very much the same elements. I've got the tulle in there and the fabric. And then this one, I didn't have any lace or anything left over, so I just did one like this. And what's going to really add them together and add that interest is when you add the button to the center. So I went through, I have a large collection of buttons. I've got this jar full, which a friend that I met at a sale gifted me, which I was very appreciative of. And I also have this box of buttons and things like that I collect in here. So I can always find a button for anything that I'm doing. And often you can find bags of buttons for sale at thrift stores, flea markets, things like that. So what I've done is I picked out a variety of different buttons, and I'll just kind of see which one I like to put on there. It's a vintage button. Put that on the back. This is a really cute button. I think I'll use this one. So I just take my needle or thread. Now, if you want, you don't even have to sew these. You could just take your glue gun or your Aleene's glue and just put a dab of glue between each layer. And then I suppose it would be better if you used a flat back button and then just glued that to the top. So if you don't feel like sewing, no worries. You can just glue them together. So what I'm going to do is just do this at first to anchor my button. I didn't show you, I threaded the needle beforehand, so you didn't have to suffer through watching me trying to thread a needle, because it can be a quite laborious process sometimes. Especially, this is a smaller needle. You can also use a much bigger needle. This is just the one I had on hand, so this is the one I'm using it. The other thing you can sew on, and sometimes I do that for flowers that I'm doing for weddings, is I sew on beads or fake pearls. Faux pearls is probably the nicer way to say that. And they look gorgeous. So you can really do anything with these flowers to make them your own. And again, I doubled my thread just so I don't have to do as many back and forths. So I only have to do a few, and you don't need a lot to hold it because it's not going to be used as a button. It's just kind of there for decorative purposes. And then I just sew a few knots and do that a few times to secure it. But my friends, much easier to use the glue gun or your Aleene's. You can do that with this, which I might actually do for a few of these. You can make these with paper and put different layers of lace, gauze, tulle, cheesecloth, whatever you have in between. I think that would look nice as well. So I'm just going to cut this. Oh, here's my needle. And there I have it. Beautiful, I think it's a beautiful little flower. Hopefully you can see all the layers and different textures that go into it. And there you go, beautiful lace and fabric flower. I'd love to see your variations on these, what you come up with, because I'm always really impressed by people's creativities, taking an idea and running with it and making it your own. So please, or if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear those as well. Anything I can do to improve on these. But this is just what I've come up with for now, and I'm going to work at these today and then put them in some of my junk journals. So, and I have all of these ones as well. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I hope you're having a great day. It's Victoria Day here in Canada, so we're having a long weekend, and it's a gorgeous sunny Monday in Victoria, British Columbia, where I reside. This is Valerie McNeil from Ginger's Eclectic Life. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.